What if we talked about, are phones a gateway to addiction?
Why?
Because people can pick them up, but they can't put them down. And could you put it down?
What if we talked about, are we just accepting that teens don't get enough sleep?
Why?
The future is tired, and let's start prioritizing sleep for teens.
All right.
Let's go. Hello, Scout Francesca.
Hello, Dad.
Hubby.
I'm hanging in there.
Yes, you do have a cold.
Yeah.
But
that's okay.
You're making the great sacrifice for the people.
Yep. For our fans.
You wish to speak on phones and whether or not they lead to greater problems in life.
Yeah, I guess just phones, and do they have really anything to do with, not anything specific really, but just in general? I guess I kind of want to focus on more of phones and what they have to do with addiction or vice versa.
That's pretty specific.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, it is.
So you want to, your idea was, do phones lead, are they like a gateway to other problems, addictive problems?
Right. During my investigation, I couldn't really find any articles or anything like that kind of circled in on if phones are a gateway to addiction, but I could definitely find things that said if phones are an addiction themselves.
I guess that's the first question, right?
Right, if phones are an addiction themselves.
Yeah.
My opinion, and from what I've read, 100% they are. In recent reports, so this article is written 2024-ish, and in the recent report, an adult, on average, checks their phone 344 times a day, which is
That's
insane.
Nuts,
That's once every 4 minutes.
This is probably a U.S. study, right?
Yes.
All right.
And which is once every 4 minutes,
That's just
approximately.
crazy, man.
That is crazy, you know? That means you're checking your phone when you're doing everything. That means you're checking your phone when you're in the bathroom. That means you're checking your phone when you're making food, when you're driving. Like, that's insane. Yeah. And it kind of got me thinking that data is comparable to that of somebody that's addicted to, say, their vape or cigarettes. You know, they're constantly thinking about their phone. Where's my phone? When do I get to check my phone again? Did I forget my phone? I want to listen to music.
It doesn't go very far from...
Did somebody text me? So
phones don't go very far from anybody, right?
Right. That itself...
Even us, too, let's face it.
Yeah, that itself is an addiction. And to think that only 50 years ago, the first ever mobile phone was 50 years ago, and it was a beige brick-sized, like, block. It had numbers on it, so you could call people, you know?
They were huge, man.
Yeah. That was a phone. That was a mobile phone. And now we have pocket computers that are the size of a hand that we could fit in our back pockets.
I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? They're not phones anymore. We call them phones.
Yeah.
But they stopped being phones a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, a phone was...
That's the last thing I use it for.
Yeah, I almost never call anybody.
Yeah, no, that's... I hardly ever get to use a phone.
I use my iPad when I want to call somebody. Yeah. I never think to myself, oh, I can't wait to call this person, or I'm going to call this person. I'm always using it as a form of texting, or gaming, or social media.
Yeah, we use them for everything.
Yeah.
Like, I like to think I'm not that much of an addict, but I am.
Right. Another thing I read said that the more you use your phone, the more susceptible you are to that action of picking something up and constantly thinking of picking something up. So if in the back of your head you're always, oh, I can't wait, where's my phone? I want to pick up my phone. Then that can lead to other things. Whatever your addiction is, your brain is now kind of morphed and warped to use that thinking now. So
yeah, for sure. Definitely training you up in a certain way.
So it makes it twice as hard, 10 times as hard to kick an addiction, but 10 times as easy to attract addictions or acquire an addiction.
Yeah. I think it's especially for you guys, the younger generation. You're growing up all appified. Like for me, I was already late enough in the game that there's a lot of the things don't appeal to me that are set up to make you come online, right? Like the Candy Crush effect.
Yeah.
Like to make you keep scrolling, keep clicking, the Instagram algorithms. Like everything's designed to make you want to come back to it, which is what addiction is. Like I had a nicotine addiction for a long time, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what it was. It was the nicotine. That was the thing that was creating an effect in my body and a craving.
Right.
And you guys have this craving for these flashy images and this endless scroll.
Yeah, I mean, the phones are actually a leading cause for, not a cause, but there's a connection shown between anxiety and phone usage. Mm-hmm. Like studies show that when a high school student, say a little older than me, mm-hmm. hears a notification on their phone, their anxiety levels kind of spike a little.
Oh, yeah.
So they're constantly on edge because of what social media is involved with in most high schools now. Yeah. Whether that's cyberbullying or even just getting a text message from your friend.
Well, yeah, just
maybe you're worried that they're going to cancel plans. So it kind of leads to kids my age being constantly our anxiety levels are always spiking. Yeah. Always.
This is kind of what we were talking about a few weeks ago about the lion, the idea that humans aren't made for this, and that is germane to that. Like that you're in a constant state of alert, and the phone definitely keeps kids in a constant state of alert.
Yeah, they did a study where they put teenagers to do like a normal quiz, a test. And they had some of them have their phones in other rooms. Some of them had their phones next to them but turned off. And then others had their phones next to them turned on. Mm-hmm. And the students who could not see their phones performed, I forget how much, but performed way better than the students who had their phones turned off next to them even. Because when you can see your phone next to you, or any device for that matter,
sure,
you constantly have the urge, or you're always thinking about it. Every time you look at it, mm-hmm. You have the urge to tap it, turn it on. Oh, did I miss a notification? Did I miss a call? That kind of thing.
I think it is wiring kids to be addicts. I don't necessarily think that it'll make them addicts. Adults too, but kids is more my concern always. Like you guys are the future, so I think it's wiring kids to be addicts. Again, not necessarily it's like saying pot smoking, that's a gateway drug. And lots of people argue that that's not true. Anything could lead to the next thing, in my opinion, depending on the person. I think a lot of people, maybe there's an element of you're born with more or less of an addictive personality, or there's a psychological element to it. The problem with the phones to me is that they are sort of wiring kids to have this call and response effect from their nervous system, and from looking at the phone and like, must scroll, and that's creating, then you get the reward, a little dopamine hit, and then scroll some more, reward. Yeah. So you guys are always, I mean, I actually don't think you're that bad. Your brother aren't that bad, but no. And myself, I don't think I'm that bad, but all of us are still part of that. But for younger kids, it's just an endless scroll and hit.
Yeah.
Hit. They're just hits. It's like you're comparing it to vaping. It just hits. Yeah. You're just getting a hit.
And it's like studies also show that the majority of ages that are buying vapes are younger people.
Yeah.
18, but I mean it's also younger than that.
They're marketing those to kids too, for sure. Younger than that.
Oh, I mean cotton candy flavored.
No
like,
question.
Come on
Disgusting.
now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And I believe that the reason that younger people are the audience, and the reason that younger people are they're more returning customers or that kind of thing, mm-hmm. is because they're more susceptible to it.
Yeah.
Just because of how they're being brought up in this generation.
The phone is definitely part of training kids. I don't see how you could argue against that. The kids are being shaped by the phone. So not just kids, the whole world's being shaped by the phone. I do think there's an element of training involved in how this is wiring young minds.
Definitely. All right, there you have it.
There you have it. Scout has spoken.
Exactly.
There you have it.
And now I believe you want to speak to us about slumber?
Yeah, this episode's very opinion. This is sort of more of an opinion thing, isn't it?
As the One Direction lover, this is kind of a niche reference. You probably don't get it, but it's opinions based. You keep that in.
Wow. Kids in sleep. Teenagers specifically, having two of them at home and about. Right. And, sleep is a battle that we've been fighting forever. And that's as somebody who homeschools. So we have the latitude to have flexible hours, and it's still something that's trying to get you to have good sleeping habits. It's huge.
Yeah.
And for most kids, they don't have that advantage. Like, their school starts when it starts, and that's when they got to get up and go to school.
Right.
And so many kids are not getting near enough sleep, and it bugs me. I think it's just insane. And it's getting worse all of the time.
Right.
For a number of reasons. And I don't know why it's not stressed more, sleeping, good sleeping habits. Like, why isn't that a huge part of schooling? Like, they have the dumbest topics that they'll waste so much time on every year, just going over things that aren't necessary anymore, but never sleep hygiene. Like, that should be endlessly taught from the time kids are little. The best techniques, discussions about it. How can we improve it? How is everybody sleeping? It's just huge, but it doesn't get done. Statistically, teens need like about 8 to 10 hours. They need actually about an hour more than little kids, and that's because your brains you're having like a secondary evolution of your brains, right?
Yeah.
It's a secondary stage of cognitive maturation, essentially, right?
Yeah.
And most kids aren't getting anywhere near that.
Right. And I feel like even 8 to 10 hours is like 8 hours is also one of those things where it's like you should be getting 10, but 8 is like, okay, fine.
For sure. They figure that most teens aren't really naturally ready to sleep until about 11. And if you left them alone, most of them would sleep till 10 or 11. So they'd get 12 hours. And that's probably because that's what you need. Like, there's so much growing going on, just biologically, mentally, spiritually. Like, there's just so much change and upheaval. And it's not because you guys are lazy. It's just it's genuinely a biological thing. Like, you need more sleep, and you're just not getting it. And then it's exacerbated, as I was saying, by, like, now we have phones and screens and social media and gaming.
And so much stress with...
So much stress.
How kids are now.
You got homework, and overloaded schedules is a big one. Kids have just too much that's scheduled for them. Part-time jobs, sports, whatever. All of these things eat into sleep, which that needs to be prioritized to me. Sleep. Like, it's just a thing with me, which like, sleep is everything. Sleep heals. It's the single greatest superpower that you can have as a human being is the ability to sleep. If you have trouble sleeping, you need to square that up.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. Go see somebody, talk to somebody, figure out new techniques. It's critical.
Yeah.
And kids are not getting enough sleep. And a lot of it's this school is starting it just starts too early. And they are there's places in the world that are trying to change that, like trying to stagger schooling so the younger kids go in earlier than the teenagers go in a bit later. And there's great success wherever they do it. They have great success with it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Really successful.
I mean, kids don't complain about, school starts too early. They don't complain about that just to complain about it. They complain about it because they wake up exhausted, they go to school, and then they have math class first thing in the morning. No one who just woke up half an hour earlier wants to do math in the morning. Of course they're not going to have A+ in their pre-algebra when they are being made to wake up at 6:30 to arrive at school at 7:30.
They're not ready to be anywhere. They're not biologically ready to be going.
They shouldn't be awake at that time.
So why is that not prioritized? Like, why is it not prioritized? Why do we not put more of an emphasis on the future? You guys are the future, man. How you can handle the future is critical. I don't know that there's anybody who's not dropped on their head too often that would argue that sleep isn't necessary. Like, it's critical.
It totally is. I mean, as a teenager myself, I understand that I need to get much better sleeping habits. Teenagers are, like you said, constantly growing, especially at this age.
Mm-hmm.
Growing, evolving. Their brains are always
bodies
doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important that they get the proper sleep that they need, because when you're sleeping, that's when you're doing the most growing. That's when you're doing the most healing. Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I was going to say. Healing. Yeah, when you're sleeping, that's the time that all of that stuff happens. And if you're not getting the proper amount of sleep, that's not going to be happening as often.
It's just an endless derailing, spiraling down cycle.
Yeah.
I can't emphasize, and I'm not very dogmatic. Usually, in my opinion, I believe, because, at the end of the day, I'm not the last word on anything but sleep. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You if you don't get good sleep, you're done. You're cooked. Like, you need to get good sleep.
Well, it's also important
You're cooked has been around for
I know, it's
decades
just, I've just
decades.
never heard you say it, so hearing you say it when now it's becoming
we used to
a
say
Gen
that.
Z.
No, when I was a kid, man, we said that all the time. Oh, look at Buddy's cooked.
And another thing is, like, mood.
Oh.
And attitude and mental health.
Everything.
Like, you can't be expected to wake up in a jolly mood if you didn't sleep well, if you had a bad sleep. That's like with everybody. That's not even just teens.
Oh, and I think that brings up a good point, is that parents don't model good sleeping habits a lot of times for kids.
No.
So kids, they do what they see. If your parents are up till midnight, or they got a TV in their room and they're doing all, then they got to get up in the morning and they're showing the kid every morning, oh yeah, you go through life like this, man. You're just tired. And then on a weekend, you try and bang out an extra 4.
Yeah, like it doesn't work like that.
No, everybody has to reassess what sleeping means.
Another interesting thing that I thought, which I now realize is kind of wrong, is that it doesn't work like this, by the way. If you go to sleep at 1 a.m. and sleep till noon, that doesn't mean that you're getting extra sleep, by the way. Oftentimes you wake up at noon and you're way more groggy and tired.
Yeah.
I think that at 15, 14... even 10 o'clock is late, but I'd say 10 till 8:39. I'd say those are pretty good hours. Even 9:30 to, I don't know. It depends what kind of person you are, but nobody should be going to bed at.
If kids can get 9, 10 hours sleep, then that's better. That's not what they're getting, though. They're getting like 5 and 6 and 7, and it's just not enough.
No.
And it's the same for adults, but we're used to running on that. And when you're older, you don't need as much. But kids do. And teenagers need more than little kids. Like, here's a list. I put together a list of the effects of not getting sleep, right? I hate to do the negative instead of the positive. But to me, the benefits of good sleep are like everything, man.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't know this?
Right.
Those are the benefits. Freaking everything.
Yeah.
If you don't get enough sleep, it's bad for your brain. Crappy concentration and memory, slower reaction times. Accidents go way down in school districts where kids don't have to go to school as early. Car accidents, so teenagers aren't driving all groggy and dumb, right?
Yeah. Worse
decision making, worse judgment, lower grades, mental and mood, like you said, increased anxiety and depression. Suicidal thoughts go up. Emotional outbursts, conflict goes up, increased risk-taking, physical health, your immune system's weakened, right? What do you got to do when you're sick? Sleep.
Yeah.
Well, duh. How about this? Don't get no sleep and maybe you won't get sick as much. Oh, it makes me crazy, man.
Well, I found the car one is interesting.
I could go on and on with the list, right?
The car one is interesting because that's true. I never thought of that. Driving teenagers waking up and driving to school at 6:30 in the morning shouldn't be driving. Nobody should be driving at 6:30 in the morning.
It's huge. The benefits for in the districts where they've staggered the hours so teenagers go to school later, like even an hour later, right? The benefits showed up right away. Attendance was better, grades were better, mood improved, and car accidents went down amongst teenagers. It took making these switches disrupted everything for families, like, figuring out how to get to work and everything. But after a year, everybody adapted. It's prioritizing, man. Why aren't we prioritizing the sleep of kids? That's my question. Well, we're just accepting it? They don't get enough sleep. Nah, that sucks. What are you talking about, man? This is the future. These kids are the future.
Yeah, I think a lot of it falls into the schooling district. I really do. I think a lot of it falls into the parenting as well.
Oh, it's always parenting, Irish. Because if the parents,
sure.
if people were outraged enough by it and put enough pressure on them, then they'd. But it's just what everybody knows. You always go. That's always been, man. That's how it's always been.
Yeah.
Like, and so, and it's convenience for a lot of people too. They get up and they got their routines and their kid gets the bus and it's like, yeah, I get all of that. I'm not saying it'd be easy, but
yeah,
let's prioritize the future, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my thing, Irish.
Because I'm the future.
You are the future. You and your brother are the future, man. Yep. All you kids are the future. All your friends are the future. All your friends, the kids all over the world are the future. We're not. Nope. We're here to
You're the past.
We should be supporting we're the past, we're the present, we're part of the future, but we should be supporting the people who will clearly be the future. And there's no gift greater than the gift of sleep.
Yeah. I believe we have a question now. Per usual. I believe you guys. I believe you guys know the routine by now. The question is, can you imagine your life without your phone? I think that I'm old enough that I can remember being 4, 5, 6 and not having my phone.
You didn't have a phone till you were 10, 11 or whatever, yeah.
But this is a time where I don't remember even recalling a phone anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I know they were around, of course, but
it had no bearing on your life. Okay,
my life had nothing to do with it. And I can remember, being outside and playing and never in the back of my head thinking, what about this movie? What if my friend messaged me?
What's Bobby doing?
Right. What if my friend messaged me? Exactly. Yeah. I think it would be much better. I think phones have benefits, of course.
Oh, huge. Huge benefits.
I think in some ways they have more benefits than they do have pros than cons, but their cons are also large. I don't know. To imagine my life without a phone would be tricky, but I can't imagine it. I think that it would be pretty nice, especially because I'm a kid.
Yeah.
I'd be a lot less stressed.
What would you miss?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would miss, because say we had a landline, I'd pick it up, dial my friend's number, hey, let's go walk to the mall tomorrow at 2.
And you'd have a computer. It's not, could you imagine your life without access to the interweb?
No, yeah.
Because that would be nope. My answer to that is nope.
Right.
I love the interweb.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But without a phone, I think it would be nice. Especially as a kid. My work ethic would be a little better. I think you'd
have more time.
More time to, exactly. More time to do anything, really. And
you wouldn't have that weird, you brought up the first topic, the addiction thing. You wouldn't have that weird pull of it, that call, that allure, must pick up, must scroll, must touch, must check.
And I'd have more time to work on my book. Yeah, that's right, guys. We'll be writing a book, so if you guys are interested, go ahead. Honestly, ask questions. I'm open for recommendations.
It'll be amazing.
It will be.
Yeah, it will be. I think you could write a fantastic book.
Thank you.
Huh? As long as you don't spend all of your time storyboarding it.
Oh my God, that's okay.
That's, you know what, Madish, when Madish was standing over Tolkien wished that he had spent more time writing and less time planning his worlds. Yeah.
Well, Tolkien wrote some pretty good worlds.
Oh, I could see you, man. You'll be like, Dad, look at, I got 30,000 pictures in Pinterest.
Okay. So, not even close. The storyboarding will take probably about a week. And then the writing will take, a couple months, a year.
I wish people could see your cute face right now with your enthusiasm and optimism.
Look, all I know is I'm writing a book.
Some people have written brilliant books in not much time.
Hello, Stephen King. He produces around 5 books a year.
Now you're Stephen King.
Yeah.
It took him a while to get there.
No, I know.
Plus, you know what? He didn't have a phone. He just had a typewriter and he banged away on that thing endlessly. See, now he was addicted to that.
Yeah. But see, that's out of all addictions, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
now.
no, it's a pretty good addiction to have. Yeah,
like, that addiction also made him a multimillionaire.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
he had lots of big bag he got from that addiction.
So yeah, if you guys, maybe a couple years, my book will be available on Amazon. So yeah, I'm in the planning process right now, but soon enough I'll be in the writing, and then I'll be in the editing. And, of course, Dad will be my editor.
Of course.
So, yeah.
I could put down the phone, Irish.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Easy. I could easily put it down.
I have my phone's still over there turned off.
You're actually pretty good. You're not a screen ager.
No, I have access to everything I need on my iPad and computer. Okay, here, iPad. Number one.
You are a bit of a screen ager, but I wouldn't say you're high end.
Not in the bad way. There's two different screen agers. There's the Roblox and Friends screen ager.
Yeah.
And then there's the Instagram, Reddit, Twitter. That kind of screen ager.
Yeah.
So I'd have to say that out of all versions of screen agers, I'm definitely on the much better end of the scale.
I would agree with that. I would like to see on it even less, but I would agree that you're not too bad.
But my phone's still over there turned off.
No, and you're not scrolling, and you're not, more importantly, you're not just Candy Crush, not in there, man. I see so many adults, and I use Candy Crush as a cover for whatever dumb thing that they're just addicted to.
I remember when Block Blast came out and all the teenagers were obsessed with it, and I downloaded it, and I was like, wow, I can definitely see why somebody would be obsessed with this game. But yeah, I could put the phone down. I do put the phone down.
Yeah, I could definitely. I mean, I live most of my life without one, so it's easy for me. So
your
for
phone
you,
has
though,
what, like 20 apps on it? 15 apps on it?
I mostly read on mine. I'm mostly doing reading or work, but I could put it down too. I also spend probably an hour a day that if I looked at it, it'd be like, I didn't really need to be doing that. Reading, even though it's reading, it's like, but does it really matter that LeBron set a record? Not so much.
No.
All right. Episode the 72nd.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The 72nd Irish. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 is divisible by 3, so therefore it is a brilliant number.
Well, we're creeping up here on our 100th episode pretty quickly. I feel like it was 2 weeks ago when we were making our 50th episode, and I was like, oh my god, we're on our 50th episode.
That's true, actually. Yeah, you're right.
Like, what? Now we're on our 72nd.
I love you very much.
I love you too.
Mm-hmm.
And next time.
Yo.